Welcome guys to a new video. Today we're testing the game Gears of War Reloaded on the RTX 3050 Ti, and our target in the video is 60 FPS or above 60, and if we cannot target 60 we're targeting 30 FPS. Before we start, please share and like and subscribe to the channel. So we will start with (1080p) low settings. So this is 1080p low settings. Without dlss, of course. So in 1080p low settings without dlss, we're getting 70s, 75, 80, 70s. So this is 1080p low settings, so we're getting 70s and 80s.
Watch our flank.
70, 75, 80. So like I thought, this is 1080p low settings without DLSS, and we're getting 70s and 80s. So we're getting above 60 very easy and very smooth. So like I thought, this is 1080p low settings, and we're getting above 60 very easy and very smooth. We're dropping to the 60s, but not always. So we like at this 1080p low settings. So now let's try using DLSS. So now this is 1080p low settings with DLSS in quality. In quality you can see we're getting 90s and 80s and 70s. So we're getting above 60 very easy and very smooth. So like I told you, this is 1080p low settings with DLSS in quality, and we're getting above 60 very easy.
Good to go.
Very easy and very smooth. So this is 1080p low settings with DLSS in quality, and we're getting 80, 85, 89, 84. So we're getting above 60 very easy. But remember, this is 1080p low settings. So now let's try using DLSS imbalance. So now this is 1080p low settings with DLSS imbalance. Imbalance, you can see we jump to the 100 FPS. 100, 104, 110. So we're getting above 60 very easy and very smooth. So this is 1080p low settings with DLSS imbalance, and we're getting above 60 very easy. We're getting 80, 85, 70s. So we're getting very good numbers and very good performance. 100 now. 109.
We've got a grab hold.
So we're getting above 60 very easy. Let's try That's right performance. So now this is 1080p low settings with DLSS in performance. In performance, you can see we're still above 60 there, is 100 FPS, 103, 102, so we're getting above 60 very easy. Yeah, very easy and very smooth. But remember, like I thought, this is 1080p low settings. And we're getting above 60 very easy. So now let's try performance. Sorry, ultra performance. So now this is 1080p low settings with DLSS and ultra performance. No difference. You can see we're getting 100, 116, 107. So we're getting above 60. Very easy. But we're getting 100, 116, 117, 100. So like I thought, this is 1080p low settings with DLSS and performance. So now let's try ultra performance. Sorry, we are on ultra performance. Now let's go to medium settings. So now this is 1080p with medium settings. So in medium settings you can see we're getting 60, 65.
Grenadier! Launch our flank!
63.
Get in there.
So this is 1080p medium settings and we're getting 60, 63, 67, 70s. So it's mixed between 60s and 70s. So in 1080p medium settings, it's mixed between 60s and 70s. So this is 1080p medium settings without DLSS and it's mixed 60s and 70s. Let's try using DLSS. Okay, so now this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS and quality. In quality, you can see we jump to the 70s, 80s. Yeah, 70s, 80s. So this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS and quality, and we'll jump to the 70s and 80s and 90s. You can see we're getting 70, 80s and 90s. So this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS and quality. And we're getting 70s and 80s and 90s. So now let's try balance. Okay, so now this is 1080p low setting, medium settings with DLSS in balance, and let me show you. You can see it's in balance, and in balance you can see we're getting 80, 85, 90s, so it's between 80s and 90s. 85. So this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS in balance, and we're getting 80s and 90s. 80, 84, 81. So like I told you, we're getting 80s and 90s.
Get up!
80, 90, 91. So it's mixed between 80s and 90s, like I told you. So this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS in balance, and we're getting 80s and 90s and 100s. So now let's try let's go to performance. So now this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS in performance. In performance, you can see we're getting 90s, not 80s and 90s now. Only 90s.
Watch your flank!
90s only. So this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS and performance, and we're getting 90s. 90s, 99 and 100. So we're getting above 60 very easy. Very easy. Yeah, very easy and very smooth. So this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS and performance. And we're getting 90, 99. We're getting to the 80s, but not always.
Watch your flank!
So like I told you, this is 1080p medium settings with DLSS and performance.
Get in there and flank that nest. We'll cover.
So we're getting above 60 very easy. So now let's try ultra performance. So now this is 1080p ultra performance. 1080p medium settings with DLSS ultra performance. And in ultra performance you can see we're getting 100, 99, 199, 102, 104, 90, 99. So we're getting above 60 very easy. Very easy and very smooth. But remember, this is 1080p low setting, medium settings with DLSS in ultra performance. And you can see we're getting 90, 93, 100.
Grenadier!
So we're getting very good performance. So
get in there and flank that nest. We'll cover.
Now let's try let's go to high settings now. So now this is 1080p high settings. So in high settings we're getting 60, we're getting 70s and 80s, still 70s and 80s. And 60s. So it's between 60s and 70s and 80s. So this is 1080p high settings. And we're getting 60s and 70s and 80s. It's mixed between 60s and 70s and 80s. So like I told you, this is 1080p high settings, and we're getting 60s and 70s and 80s. 66, 70s, so it's mixed between 60s and 70s and 80s. So this is 1080p high settings without DLSS. So now let's try using DLSS. So now this is 1080p. Let me check everything. Yeah, 1080p high settings with DLSS in quality. In quality you can see we're getting 70s.
Grenadier!
Yeah, we're getting 70s. So this is 1080p high settings with DLSS quality. We're getting 70s and 80s. Yeah. So it's playable. We're getting 70s and 80s like I told you. Very smooth. So let's go now to balance. You can see we're getting 80, 70s, so we're getting very good numbers. Let's go to balance now. So now this is 1080p high settings with DLSS in balance. So in balance we're getting still 80s and 70s, still 80s and 70s. So this is 1080p high settings with DLSS in balance, and we're getting 80s and we're getting 80s and 70s and 90s now. So this is 1080p high settings. We're getting 80s and 90s. 80, 85, 90, 94, 89. So it's mixed between 80s and 90s. So this is 1080p high settings with DLSS in balance. Let's go to performance now. So now this is 1080p high settings with DLSS in performance. In performance, no difference. We're getting 80 and 90s, so no difference at all. 80, 88, 90, 91, no difference at all in performance. No difference at all. 70s, 80s, no difference at all. So this is 1080p high settings with DLSS in performance, and no difference at all. No difference. Inside you can see we're getting 100, but no difference at all. 100, 109, 110. So now let's try ultra performance. So now this is 1080p high settings with DLSS in ultra performance. In ultra performance you can see you got 90, 99, 90, 99. So this is 1080p high settings with DLSS in ultra performance. And we're getting 90, 99, 100 FPS, 90, 89, 84. So we're getting above 60 very easy and very smooth. Very easy and very smooth. So now let's go to ultra settings now. So now this is 1080p ultra settings. So in ultra settings you can see we're getting 50s now. So this is 1080p ultra settings and we're getting 50. 50, 55, 52. So we're getting 50s. 50, 52, 51. Let's try using DLSS. So now this is 1080p ultra settings with DLSS quality. Can I show you? And in quality you can see we're getting 80. Oh, we jumped to the 80s and the 70s. Only quality. So this is 1080p ultra settings with DLSS in quality, and we're getting 80s and 70s. So we're getting very good performance. It's play. Very good performance. Very good performance. So now Let's try balance. So now this is 1080p ultra settings with DLSS and balance. And in balance you can see we're getting in balance we're getting 80 and 70s. No difference. Yeah, no difference at all. We're getting 80s and 70s. 80, 83 and 70s.
Get in there and
70, 77. So we're getting above 60 very easy. So this is 1080p ultra settings with DLSS in balance. And we're getting above 60 very easy. We're dropping to the 50s, but not always. You can see we're getting 80, 80s, 70s, 75, so we're getting above 60 very easy. So now let's try performance. So performance we're getting 60s in performance. I don't know why, but we're getting 60 FPS. 60s and 70s. So this is 1080p ultra settings with DLSS in performance. Sorry. I think I must die to the game will start. Let me try now. Yeah, it fixed itself. You must die. So this is 1080p ultra settings with DLSS in performance, and we're getting 70s, 75, 70s and 60s, 70s and 60s. Yeah, 70s and 60s. 66, 70s. So now let's try ultra performance. So now this is 1080p ultra settings with ultra performance, and let me check if it's in ultra settings. Yeah, it's on ultra settings and ultra performance. And in ultra settings and ultra performance we're getting 80s and 90s. Not 100, but we're getting 80s and 90s. So we're getting about 60 very easy. Yeah, very easy and very smooth. Very easy and very smooth. You can see we're getting 80, 88, 70, 80, 88, 89, 88. So we're getting above 60 very easy. So now let's go to 1440p. So now this is 1440p low settings, and you can see in 1440p low settings we're getting 30, 35, 34, so we're getting 30s. So this is 1440p low settings and we're getting 30s. 30, 35, 36, so we are in the 30s. Yeah, 30, 35, 36, 40s. So we're in the 30s and the 40s. So this is
We've got a grab hold.
1080p low settings without DLSS, and we're getting 30s. Let's try, because you're getting 40s, 30s. Let's try using DLSS. Because you're getting 40s, 30s. Let's try using DLSS. So now this is 1080p, 1440p low settings with DLSS in quality. So in quality we're getting so this is 1080 1440p low settings with DLSS quality. With quality we're getting 30s, still 30s. No difference, no difference. Let's try balance then. With balance
Grenadier,
we're getting
launch our flank.
40s. So this
Get
is
in there and flank that
1440p low settings with DLSS in balance, and we're getting 40s. Only 10 FPS more only. So we're getting 40s and 50s. So this is 1440p low settings with DLSS in balance, and we're getting 40s and 50s. Let's try performance then. Because our target in the video is 60 FPS or above 60. So in performance you can see we're getting 50s and 40s. No difference at all. No difference. Yeah, no difference. No difference. No difference in the performance at all. Let's go to ultra performance. Ultra performance. So this is 1440p low settings with DLSS and ultra performance. And no difference at all. You can see we're getting 30s and 40s, no difference. No difference at all. Let's go to medium settings now. Okay, so now this is 1440p medium settings, and you can see we're getting 30s, 30, 37, 40. So we're getting 30s and 40s, still 30s and 40s, no difference, no difference in. So this is 1440p medium settings, and I'm getting 30s and 40s. Yeah, 30s and 40s. 40, 41, 30. So we're getting 30s and 40s. So now let's try balance. Let's try using DLSS. So now this is 1440p medium settings with DLSS in quality. In quality, no difference. No, we jump to the 50s now. Only 10 FPS more. Yeah, only 10 FPS more. We're getting 40s and 50s now. Not that big difference at all. So let's try then balance. So now this is 1080p medium set 1440p, sorry, medium settings with DLSS in balance. In balance you can see we're getting 40s. 40s and 50s. Yeah, 40s and 50s. We're not getting 60s, but we're getting above 60. Sorry, we're getting above 30. We're getting 40s and 50s. So this is 1440p medium settings with DLSS balance. Let's try performance. So this is performance. The performance, you can see we're getting 50s. 50s now and 60s, but not always 60s. So this is 1440p medium settings with DLSS in performance, and we're getting 50s. 50s, 55, so we're getting 50s, not 60s. But it's still playable. Yeah, it's still playable, but we're not getting 60s. So now let's try ultra performance. So in ultra performance, so this is 1440p medium settings with DLSS and ultra performance. We're getting 50s and 60s, but not always 60s, but we're getting 50s and 60s. 50, 55 and 60s. So this is 1440p medium settings with DLSS and ultra performance. And we're getting 50s and 60s. 60, 64 the maximum. 63, 66. 62, 67, so it's between 60s and 50s. Now we're getting 70s because we are inside. So like I thought, this is 1440p medium settings with DLSS in ultra performance. So now let's try high settings. High settings, let the game keep. Okay, so now like I told you, this is 1440p high settings. Let me show you again, sorry. Yeah, this is high settings. We're getting 30s.
Grenadier!
Yeah, we're getting 30, 35, 34, so we're in the 30s. So this is 1440p high settings and we're getting 30s. 30, 35. Let's try then. You can see we're getting 30, 35, 34, we're getting 30s. Let's try using DLSS. Okay, so now this is 1440p. With DLSS quality. And we're getting 19 now. I don't know why we're getting 19. Let me die. Let me kill myself. We're getting 19. Don't know why. Yeah, we're getting 19 FPS, 20, it's worse in quality, I don't know why. Let's try then. Let's try balance. So this is now 1440p.
Launch our flag!
Let me check something. Yeah, this is 1440p high settings with DLSS and balance.
Get in
And
there
we're
and
getting
flank that
30,
net. We'll cover.
30, 37. So we are in the 30s, no difference. We are in the 30s, no difference. We're getting 30s, 37, 35, so we are in the 30s. 35, so we are in the 30s. 30, 35. So let's try performance. Okay, so now this is 1440p high settings with DLSS and performance. In performance, you can see we're getting still 30s.
Get in there
No
and flank
difference
that
at all.
net. We'll cover.
No, we're getting 30s and 40s now. But not always 40s. So it's still 30s, 35, 36. 35, still 30, 35, 36, so we're still in the 30s. Now we jump to the 40s, I think. Yeah, we're getting now 40s and 50s
Grenadier! Watch our flank!
and 60s. So this is 1440p high settings with DLSS and performance.
Get in there
And
and
we're getting
flank that net.
50s now
We'll
and
cover.
40s. You can see we're getting 50s, 55, 40. So we're getting about 30 very easy now. I don't know why. Before we're getting 30s, now we're getting 50s and 40s. So we're getting very good performance. So now let's try ultra performance. In ultra performance we're getting
Nice!
30s and 40s still. I think you must reload the game again. Yeah, you must reload the game again when you change the DLSS. You can see now we're getting 40s and 30s still. So this is 1440p.
Grenadier!
High settings with DLSS and ultra performance. And you're getting 40s and 30s. Still 40s and 30s.
Get in there and flank that net. We'll cover.
Let's try ultra settings now. So now this is 1440p ultra settings and we're getting 10 FPS. It's unplayable in ultra settings, unplayable without DLSS. Let's try using DLSS. With DLSS quality we're getting 20, 28, 30, 27, so it's unplayable. Let's try balance. Balance. We're getting 30s in balance. So this is 1440p ultra settings with DLSS in balance and we're getting 30s. 30s, not 30s or 40s, 30s only. So this is 1440p ultra settings. So now let's try performance. Performance, you can see we're getting I must kill myself first. So in performance, like I told you, we're getting still 20s and 30s. So this is 1440p ultra settings with DLSS and performance, and we're getting 30s at once.
Get in there and flank that nest.
I don't know why it's worse, but we're getting 30s and 20s. Let's go then to ultra performance. So in ultra performance we're getting 30s and 40s in ultra performance. So this is 1440p ultra settings with DLSS and ultra performance. So we're getting 30s and 40s. Still 30s and 40s. 30, 34, 40s, 38, so it's 30s and 40s like I told you. So this is 1440p ultra settings with DLSS and ultra performance. We're getting 30s and 40s. Let's go to 4K now. So the game, it doesn't want to change to 4K, I don't know why. Yeah, it changed at last. Okay, so now this is 4K. 4K low settings. You can see it's unplayable. Even in the main menu, it's unplayable. Unplayable. Let's try using DLSS. We will put it in ultra performance because you can see it's very bad. Okay, so now this is 4K low settings with ultra performance. It is 4K low settings with DLSS and ultra performance. And in ultra performance you can see we're getting 20, 21,
Oh yeah!
23. So it's unplayable. No play it like this. Trust me, it's very slow. Very slow. Very slow. and the quality of the game is very bad. So this is 4K low settings with DLSS in ultra performance. So if we put it in high or ultra or medium, it will be worse. So in 4K it's unplayable. So thank you, and like and subscribe for the channel. If you want to play it in 1440p using DLSS, of course, or play it in 1080p. Even in 1080p using DLSS, because the game is very demanding. Thank you, and like and subscribe for the channel.